me, you're sick and tired of being poor. Or, well, camera lenses being so damn expensive, more specifically. The abundance of beautifully shot content on the internet and gear reviews feeling more like advertisements these days, sometimes you feel like you need to have the best, most expensive, newest gear, and it's like you're drowning in a sea of content, and the only way that you could stand out is if you invest in that $3,000 G Master lens to film your next mukbang video. But is that really the case? Let's find out. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jamie Lake and I make video essay, filmmaking content, and pretty much whatever the hell else I want to talk about. Today we're going to talk about my new latest obsession, and that is vintage camera lenses. Now, I'm doing something a little bit different with this video. Normally, I just kind of sit around and talk shit about, you know, movies or whatever TV shows I like. But another part of my channel is the filmmaking aspect of it. And today I really wanted to touch into this topic because, and a lot of you guys probably don't know this about me, but I'm a huge gearhead when it comes to filmmaking. And also, I'm in a bit of a new setup today. I figured it's probably high time to stop shooting against a stupid gray bed sheet and actually show you guys a little bit more about what I got going on here. So now you know I'm more of a nerd than you already thought I was. So anyways, common feeling among filmmakers is the urge. You know what I'm talking about. It's the inescapable itch to buy a new bit of camera gear, whether that be a lens, a tripod, a microphone, or whatever it is. But instead of impulse buying a lens because I was looking for a lens, instead of impulse buying a lens that I probably couldn't afford at the time, I consulted with the DOP that I was working on for a feature film, which I'm actually going to make a video about later, so stay tuned on this channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in that one. So, I was speaking to the DOP, and this guy's real deal. He has the coolest, epicest, newest shit. I mean, okay. Anyway. My point is, this guy's awesome. And I was chatting to him about what lens to get, and he recommended me this, fished out of his camera bag, this little $80 vintage Pentax lens from I think the 80s. And it was at that point that this new obsession started. I had to know what he was talking about. So I scoured the internet, watching YouTube video after YouTube video, reading articles, and doing other very productive stuff. And I came across this one lens. The one lens to rule them all. The one lens that kept popping up. And that was... the Helios 442 58mm f2. God, that's a mouthful. This little guy is my very first foray into the world of vintage lenses. Now, the point of this video is to see what sort of films you can make and what quality to expect from gear that perhaps isn't the most modern or up-to-date, or in the case of the Helios, this particular one is over 40 years old. This was manufactured in the 70s. So it's more of an experiment to see if creativity trumps money, essentially. And thankfully, I have a lot of creativity, but not a lot of money, so this will be a great experiment for that. The Helios is a legendary vintage lens, and it was originally produced in, of all places, the Soviet Union. The lens was actually designed based off another one, the Carl Zeiss Biotar? You know, this word. Essentially, the Helios was made to be kind of like a duplicate of a very good, more expensive lens for the time. And this particular model, the Helios, became known for its affordability and also for its reliable performance. What makes the Helios stand out is its unique visual characteristics, and I'm talking about this crazy swirly bokeh that happened that's unique to this lens. As a result of the optical formula or whatever magic dust they sprinkle onto the lens, everything has like this dreamy kind of feel to it, you know? In addition to the fun swirly background, it's also incredibly sharp in the middle, and it like it is nice and soft in the background. I don't know. I'll show you some test footage later, but yeah, this lens has a great deal of character. I was lucky enough to get myself a copy of one of these lenses from a guy off Gumtree. Yes, I know, very internet safe, but it turned out all right. I mean, it got here, so can't complain. Because it's such an old lens, it has this weird screw mount, so it's like threaded in a weird way, and I had to get an adapter so I could use it on my Sony cameras, which cost me about $80. So all up for a usable Helios lens package, I suppose, it cost me about $220, and that's Australian dollars as well. So it's absolutely insane considering that I pretty much got a cinema lens for 220 bucks from a guy called Nick on Gumtree. He's actually really nice. It's actually one of the most positive interactions I've had over Gumtree, but I digress. So keen to test out this new camera lens and to see what kind of images it's able to produce, and I'll get back to you pretty much once I've done a bit of testing. So yeah, oh, there you go.
Green, the color of true elation. On a summer's day, see, I've been waiting for you, waiting for you. I'm a winner, I'm no saint, I'm a sinner and away. Keep my secrets, clean my slate. Now you're saying it's all fake. Paint a picture, fit the shape. Masterpiece while you
Alright, so I just had some preliminary tests with the old lens. This lens is so f***ing cool, by the way. A few things that I noticed while using this is that, I don't know if it's just my version of the lens, but you have to put quite a bit of force to pull focus. So I don't know if it like needs like grease or something, but yeah, the focus pulling, it's not bad. It's just not what I'm used to. The characteristics are absolutely phenomenal on this lens. I think what you'll see from the other test footage I got is that the situation where this lens excels is when you have a subject in the foreground and everything else. Everything looks good when you have separation from the subject in the background, but like, that's when the swirly bokeh really shines. Another thing that I really had to get used to super quick is the fact that it is a completely manual system. I've had to pull everything manually, and sometimes it's a bit of a challenge, especially when you're wide open on that f2. Here I have the lens on the A7 IV. Now, because it's a manual focus lens, it sucks to shoot yourself with, but hey, we got it. Thank God for folks speaking. Let me know what you guys think about it. And yeah, also let me know if you guys want me to do any more of this kind of behind the scenes camera type thing. I'd really appreciate your feedback in the comments. But anyway, I guess I'm just gonna bring it back to me in the studio.
It definitely is a specific look. It has to be something that you're going for. It has so much wonderful character, and it's just so dreamy and beautiful, and I had a ton of fun shooting with it. I mean, it's super quirky. The lens definitely has its quirks, and manual focus is definitely an issue. I mean, you saw in the clip before that manual focus sucks when you're trying to film yourself, because half of that entire monologue that I did was completely out of focus. But anyway, I hope you got the idea. In conclusion, the biggest takeaway for me for this experiment is that you actually really don't need to spend a lot of money to make films. I mean, filmmaking now has such a low barrier of entry when it comes to the actual gear. I could shoot movies on my iPhone, and I guess what I'm trying to say is the moral of the story is that you absolutely do not buy a $3,000 G Master lens to film your next mukbang. That's probably not the best choice. It doesn't matter really about the gear. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's just about what you can do with what you have. The best lens is the one you have, and the one I have is a 40-year-old Helios lens. So just take what you have and have fun shooting. I hope you enjoyed my little camera test and having a bit of a run around and play with my new stuff. Now, if you like this sort of behind the scenes filmmaking technical stuff, please let me know in the comments below, because then I'll make more of it. And I mean, I love doing my normal shit talking commentary stuff, but sometimes it's just nice to get out of the house and just play around and actually practice my filmmaking, as well as my acting and whatever else I need to do. Just please, guys, give me an excuse to get out of the house, is what I'm trying to say. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment and all that sort of fun stuff to make sure you're up to date with whatever I get up to. All right, I will see you in the next one.